So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Our Gym Experience podcast, a podcast where we delve into the grassroots music industry and beyond and find interesting people within it. And today's no different, ladies and gentlemen. And we are really proud to have Alex from the Lathums with us today. Morning, mate. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm all good. I'm all good
Good.
yourself.
Yeah, fine. Thanks for asking, mate. I'm really excited to catch up with you. The last time we had a little chat, it was a while ago, and it was at that Tramlines Festival. In the stand of Sheffield Wednesday, we had a little chat with you just before you were going on the big stage, and I believe at the time I think it was the one just after COVID, and I think it was just about to be the first time you've played one of those big stages, and you were very excited about it. What a ride you've been on since then and before that, mate. You must be having a lot of fun at the minute.
Aye, we are indeed. We are indeed. Very
Yeah,
lucky.
you still feel lucky. You don't feel like you've earned it.
Oh, I massively feel lucky every day, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, waking up and going to a unit to rehearse music and
yeah,
that's your job. Um, yeah, there's not much easier than that, mate.
yeah. Well, no, I can imagine. I can imagine it's great because I've been in a band that we the holy grails to make money and just be able to do it as a career, isn't it? So I know what you mean. It must be really nice to have that creative spark inside you be the main thing that you do for a living. That must be class.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So when yeah, so the first time you were going on this, can you remember that gig at the Drumlines? Or was it your first ever big stage? I sometimes make things up in my head. You see.
Yeah, it was one of the first like big crowd that we've played to and that when it was like early days. But like I was saying, they all came at once. All these big shows and big venues and festivals and supports and that they all came at once in the early days. So it was a bit of a thunderstorm, really.
Yeah,
Um,
I,
don't really take it in.
I can imagine. Well, I can remember when you guys were just playing like Piccadilly Gardens and stuff and getting a bit of promotion in the early days of just doing little promotional things out and about just in Manchester and
Yeah.
to see how fast it's been for you, thrust into, the mainstream of the music industry. How has that been for you and the guys mentally and professionally?
I think we're very. I don't like using the word normal because what's normal these days. But I like to think we're pretty normal lads. We're not. We've never been in it for fame or money or anything like that. So there's not much that can change us as people. Really, we've gotten older and a bit more mature in that, and a bit grumpier. Um, as
Yeah,
we get older, but we just just take it in our stride. Don't think about it too much, really.
a little bit more grumpier than are we?
Oh, I've always been grumpy. Me, I'm a 50-year-old man.
Were you born as like a just a grumpy boy?
Yeah, I was born with a pipe in my mouth and
That's brilliant,
a
brilliant.
flat cap.
So like being thrust into all these gigs and doing and working and grafting like you have. How has that been as a group of lads? Has it had its challenges? Has it just been amazing? Just talk us through a little bit about life behind the scenes of the Lathums, because you're on your next album now. That's what we're going to talk about in a bit, and the amount of output that you've had, music and gigs that you've done in such a short period of time. I'm just really interested in what it's been like for you, like behind the scenes type thing.
As a whole, it has been amazing. I can't really complain about anything. It's been there's been pressures and stuff like that put on us, just as a normal way that it is.
Yeah.
Just like everybody feels pressure in a job. But
Is that just people
yeah,
wanting a piece of you, more people wanting a piece of you, wanting your attention, your time, that kind of
yeah, all sorts really.
yeah,
As the band grows, so does the workload in different ways. It's You're bringing it to more people and there's more things to do. Which the kind of person I am, I'm not very good at sitting still. So
Right.
it's good for me that there's always something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the early days it was quite daunting and that, and it's like a marriage really
Yeah.
with like between three, four, five people sometimes, and it's hard to navigate and stuff. And we're all human at the end of the day, aren't we? It's a bit taxing,
Yeah.
mentally sometimes, but
Okay.
we all look after each other and that.
Yeah. So is that when you struggle when things are slower? Then is that like the worst time for you when you're not busy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Which is weird because when you think of musicians, you think they go on tour and then
Yeah.
when they've done the tour, they go and kick back and relax and
Yeah.
like not do anything and just write songs and just potter about and that. But I'm not that kind of guy, me. I can't do that.
Well, a lot of people don't realize you're starting a business with your best friends, aren't you? That you've grown up with from school and stuff, and having those extra pressures of money and who gets what, and just all the mechanics of running a business and
Yeah,
and keeping the business going. That is that all new to you, or do you have people that help you with that kind of stuff?
that is it really, and I'm coming more into that side of the world
Yeah,
now. Because obviously, when you start, especially when we started, you're bits of kids really. Like
yeah,
you have no idea what the real world is like, the real industry is like, and
yeah,
um, I think it, it it's all there underneath you at the time. But as a young person, you don't look at things the same. You don't look at it as a business or um, like I said, we didn't get into it for money and
yeah.
fame and stuff. We really liked playing music, and I really liked writing songs, and people picked up on it, and we was allowed to take it to different places. But yeah, I'm coming into the more of this. I want this to be a successful business,
Yeah.
and it takes running a business and doing certain things to sustain your business and stuff like that. And it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But I've got to be careful to not let the business, all that kind of stuff, bleed into the creative side. I think that's something I'm learning to kind of navigate.
So are more lyrics popping into your head about money and stuff, or just like getting an invoice paid or something like
Yeah.
that?
Well, luckily I'm not that bothered about
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, luckily. But yeah, it is quite thrilling.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've noticed you, particularly as a frontman, Al, as well, just over the years, is just how you've grown into that role of being a frontman for the band. Because I watched you at that Leadmill gig, and I just thought, you're just young lads, just out there doing these classic tunes that everybody's just got involved with. And on the Tramlines gig, I think your guitar failed or something. I think it one of bands and you had to stop for a little bit. Little things like that happen to every band. But then the last time I saw you live was Live by the Sea for Bidlington a year or so ago. And you're a completely different performer. How do you feel you've developed as a frontman without me putting words in your mouth?
Well, I appreciate you saying either way. I think I've gotten a lot better. Um,
Hmm.
but I think a lot of that is I've grown up and um, I'm a bit more social and that, and I'll speak to people and I'll get involved and stuff. And I think that helps with the engaging with the crowd because I used to be very very poor at um, engaging with the crowd. I was very locked into myself or locked into the guitar or um, there wasn't that much of a frontman performing kind of
Yeah.
um, performer style of me. Um, I think I've gotten better with it. There's still laws to improve in that, and I wouldn't say I'm a, like an expressive frontman in comparatively. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I've come into it a little bit more. I used to absolutely hate.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to hate being the guy that everybody's looking at
Yeah.
to say something or to do something or
Yeah.
um, like taking charge of the set and leading it through. I used to hate it because I've always been a background guy, me, and I'm quite happy with that. Just kind of sneaking in and sneaking out.
Yeah, no.
Um, and then all of a sudden, I was on stage in front of hundreds of people, um, and I have to engage these people. That's what they've come for. They've come for a show. They've paid hard-earned cash to come and watch us, and that. And I used to it used to proper make me nervous before gigs because I'm like, I don't have nothing to say to people. I'm not interesting. I don't have anything that might relate to them. But I found as time's gone on, I do have a lot of things to relate to people, and um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's an ongoing process. I think I'll just keep getting better and changing things and figuring things out.
Well, you've been really modest there. You said hundreds of people, so it's been hundreds, sometimes thousands, sometimes tens of thousands when you played to your home. When you played, to your home. Was it last year you played the big outside stadium
Um,
in your hometown?
Robin Park, yeah, 12,000, 12,500.
12,000. There we go.
Uh,
Does that, the bigger crowds, does that kind of force you in a way to become bigger on stage? I suppose. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You tell me your experience.
I think it might even be easier sometimes with a big, massive crowd.
Yeah.
Um, because the atmosphere and everything, people, you can really feed off of people. So yeah, I reckon a bigger crowd. It's and as well, you can't really see people up close and that, so you can't see them being like flat.
No.
uh,
Yeah.
but no, it's. I feel like I'd be the same in a room of 10 people or a room of 10,000 people. Because you switch into that role, don't you? Like I'm not introverted Alex Moore at that point. I'm
Yeah.
frontman Alex.
Yeah, and have you seen a change in Scott Ryan and recently Matt has joined the band? Have you seen have you I presume you have good chats about how mad's this how have they felt throughout it all generally?
I think very much like me. I think they just
Yeah,
kind of take things in the stride. Don't think about things too much.
yeah,
I'm the one that's always questioning everything and like probably the annoying one that when everybody's being like, oh, let's chill out for a second here.
yeah.
I'm usually thinking of something or doing something. Um, but yeah, we're all like proactive and that. Yeah,
Nice.
we just want the best for the band, really.
Yeah. No, and that shines through as a fan of the band and seeing you live a few times. And just seeing how many people are walking about with a Lathums t-shirt around you, and
Yeah.
even like the band Lilacs, and all from the same area. Particularly at that Bridlington gig where you were both on the same stage, and there was so much love from your part of the country for like like the Lilacs and you guys. It's just mental, really, just how much Wigan and the surrounding areas have created so much good bands and music recently.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, the last time I saw you were down at Bridlington. You've got a new album out. Let's move on to the new album a little bit. So I've had a sneak peek of the album. Right?
Ooh,
Nice
what do
one.
you
Yeah,
think?
I'm really proud of you. I just think the storytelling. The like just sticking with yourself. Just the vocal delivery. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger somehow, mate. Keep that. It's just like the Jester were one of the songs that really stood out for me on the album. That I'm just thought that is just silky. That is silky smooth. Pure Alex Moore vocals and lyrics in that one. I just thought, nice one. How has it been to? Is this the third album? I forget numbers. Is this the third album?
Yeah, third
Third
album.
album. Wow.
Third
So
time's a charm.
yeah, man. So how has it been for you? You know, creating. On your third album, you're an experienced band now. You're out there in the world. You're one of the big boys. So, how is it for you creating this? Has the process changed at all through the years? Is this question I suppose I'm asking?
I think the process is always very different, but the actual foundation of it is always the same. It's
Yeah.
it's um, an acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
a vocal, and just piecing things together and making a fully formed thing to bring to the band. Um, that seems to really work for us.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're on our third album now, and it's time to, if there is ever a time, this is the time to kind of try out new things. And I'm not saying completely change up our sound,
Yeah.
um, but experiment and learn new things and try new things and get creative with it. So it's been a lot of fun having that, because obviously I want to put something out there that I'm really proud of and that's real and I believe in it. But it's been nice not having that pressure of this has to be the exact message that I'm trying to convey to people and it has to be spot on. Otherwise, like album one and album two, nobody knew who he was. And it was our first step in the door, and it was, how do you want to portray yourself for the next 10, 15, 20 years? But
Yeah.
now it's almost, that pressure's been relieved a little bit, and I'm allowed to have a bit of fun with it and do things that I might not have necessarily been able to on the first two records.
Well, not just but your persona on stage, your songwriting, your vocals, the imagery of the band has developed quite a lot as well. And on the first album, just stood on the streets in your local area. The second album got Brian Cannon in from who did all the Oasis shots and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. That's all developed, and now you're on the new one. I love it, but you're walking around a lot of banisters, stair banisters on all the imagery and that kind of stuff. It's iconic and it's beautiful. How do you like come up with all these different things?
A lot of things, to be fair. Ewan Ogden. He's like photographed us for ages,
Right.
from the early days, and he's worked with loads of people like, but he has a good eye for what would look striking, but something that would relate to what we was doing or whatever other band was doing. So a lot of the ideas did come from him. The hotel that we're in, Ewan found that. But yeah,
Where
I
was
think a
that?
lot of it. Sorry,
Where was that? I'm just being nosy.
it's in Morecambe, the Midland
Oh,
Hotel.
okay.
Um, Really cool place. It's like mad. It's like an old, like, not old. It's like the actual place isn't old, but like ancient Rome where there wasn't really like, it was weird. It was a weird thing. It was like all the walls were really smooth, and it was like an old Roman villa or something. It was mad.
Did you walk up a lot of stairs that day?
Yeah, we did actually, and walk down a lot of stairs as well.
Got your steps in.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
the imagery around the album that's developed, and I do like the new stage setup with the carpets and the shrubbery and all that kind of stuff around you.
yeah, man.
Is that just that make it? And again, I'm only guessing. You tell me, but is that just to make things feel a bit more homely? It feels like.
Yeah, very homely, and it's like a place where the stage is almost like a place where people would come to, like after work or something. You know, if it's like the local pub, or if it's like a place where they'd go, like bingo hall or something like that. That stage is a room where people can go, and it's familiar, and
Yeah.
it's somewhere where they can be kind of part of, which is nice. It's nice. We're quite earthy as well, so all plants and that's good.
Yeah. What's the idea with the little seat with the little stool thing?
Oh, that was for me for rest my weary legs.
Oh, is it okay? Right.
Yeah, but I rarely use it. It's a bit too small.
It was
Uh,
tiny little stool. I thought, wonder
yeah,
what.
yeah. Every time I go to sit on it, I get down and then I'm like in a full squat position, but I'm still not sat on a stool, so it's a bit precarious. Like, I don't want to be falling over on stage because I'll never live it down, lad.
It's funny, funny. So the album's out. Matter doesn't not define. So sorry, matter does not define. Just talk us through the reason for the title of the album and what people should be downloading right now, because it is right now as this interview goes out.
I think in a world of so much darkness and so much hate, and
Yeah.
it's, I mean, I've grown up with it. Like it's just a bit of a cruel world out there these days. But it's nice to just have a little bit of light in there, and I think that's a big part of music. It's for since music was created, it's been like an escape for people, and it's builds people up, brings morale, and brings people together in like times of duress and things like that. So I think it's almost, there's many meanings towards matter does not define, but I think as a general thing, it's in a world filled with darkness and hate. And it's nice to have a little bit of light and to put that back into the world.
Do you mean more like online, or just in general out there, or just just watching the news is fucking depressing, isn't it? Is it just everything?
Well, that's it. If you go on news or if you're on social media,
Yeah,
there's all sorts of just it's just a crazy, crazy world out there, and it's just learn to love each other a little bit better and
yeah,
accept people that might be different to you in certain ways. Like, God, we've had enough of we've had enough time of like fighting
yeah.
and starting wars and all this crazy stuff. It's just escape from it and just, yeah, just love each other a bit better. I mean, can it really be that hard?
No, I know. I don't know why people make being kind so bloody difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Congratulations on the third album being out there in the world. Are we gonna head for number one? Are we reckon? Do we reckon we're going for number one on this one and all?
Always, mate. Always.
Well,
There's tough competition this year, so we've
who else is running then? Who else is
got to pull our socks up. But whatever happens,
yeah,
I think we're even the beginning of the like announcing the album and everything, the engagement and the support.
yeah,
It's stepped up again from last time, so that's a win in itself. And I think we've connected with a lot more people from not just the UK, from across the world, and more people are just picking up on it and getting onto the message of the Lathums that it's real. It's a real thing, a
yeah.
proper band.
Well, I'm personally just proud of the journey that you've been through I'm living in Manchester now, so you're not too far away, your home roots. It's just great to see somebody from around here just having a good go at just going a good. I can't speak today. Having a good go at the music industry, and in the way that you are, just kind, loving people, just wanting to share your music. I just think, yeah, in this type of world, it's a shining light. Nice one, mate.
No, thank you, mate.
No, you're very welcome. So yeah, so thanks for joining us today, Alex. I know you've got a lot on with the album and all that kind of stuff. We really appreciate your time. Is there anything you just want to share with the Lathums fans before I let you get on with your day? Just while we're, the album's out there now, is there anything you want to specifically say to the people out there that are hovering over the button to press it and buy it?
Well, just thank you so much for the support. Like I was saying earlier, it's increasing every time, and we're only able to live this life because of people like yous. So yeah, we'll come get yourself to a gig and that, and we'll see each other very soon, and we'll have a nice party.
Nice one. Well, have a great time on tour, mate. Good luck with the album. I don't think you'll need it, but because I after having a good listen to it myself over the last couple of days, everybody's in for a real treat. And I really appreciate your time, Alex. Enjoy the rest of your day. Nice one. Cheers, pal.
Thank you, sir.